Hello everybody, third long moto camping trip. This will be season 4 of Two Wheels, One Compass. I have all the things that I need all packed up, ready to go. Got my credit card companies all set up. I got my passports. I'm going to be doing a trip around the Great Lakes. So I'll be going into Canada, north of Superior, Huron, and then into Michigan, and then around Lake Michigan underneath. I got 3 weeks. Again, it's actually starting to drizzle right now. So I'm going to cut this a little short. This one I won't be meeting anybody I know. I will be camping pretty much the entire way as far as I know. I might be going to maybe a couple hostels when I get into southern Canada, but we'll find out. It gets a little more urban there and we'll see what adventures that can bring.
As you can see on this map of population density, the southernmost part of Canada is the most densely populated part of it.
But I have no reservations, no plane tickets, no anything. Nothing's planned other than a direction and a couple different things that I'd like to see along the way. And I think that's how it should be. You know, you leave room for serendipitous things. Don't completely structure everything. It makes it much more stressful. So while I have a somewhat loose itinerary, so at least my parents and loved ones will know whereabouts I might be to check in, other than that, I could stay anywhere as long as I want. I can choose to leave if I don't like a place, as long as I'm doing it within the bounds of daylight and you know, as long as I don't screw myself.
I've added a guardian bell to Coete, a kind of totem for the superstitious bikers out there. A guardian bell can only be gifted and it can't be purchased for oneself traditionally. It is to be attached to the lowest end of the motorcycle, and it's said that bad spirits are kept at bay and trapped by the bell, ensuring the safety of the biker and any passengers. I'm not really a superstitious person. I don't place any belief in horoscopes, black cat magic, or luck. I did have it gifted to me, so I figured I'd join in the superstition in a traditional role before my next big trip because, as you can see, Two Wheels, One Compass is now going international. For Season 4, Coete and I will be riding into Ontario by way of the Minnesota North Shore, and I'll be diving into a lot of the history, politics, and culture of our neighbor to the north, Canada. If you're new to this channel, I'll give you a quick recap. Two Wheels, One Compass is a hobby of mine where I dive into the history and culture of the places that I visit by motorcycle. Season 1 was the first time I'd traveled long distance to Motocamp. I took my girlfriend at the time, Gabi, to the Black Hills in South Dakota over a long Labor Day weekend. Season 2 was a dive into the local history of my home state of Minnesota, where I covered the Dakota War, the largest conflict that had occurred within Minnesota's borders that happened during the American Civil War. It was between the Minnesotan government and the Dakota Native people of the Minnesota River Valley. Season 3 was my first massive effort. I scaled up my trip and decided to take a 3-week vacation out to the Pacific and back by motorcycle to see if I really had what it took to live on the road for an extended period of time. There are 84 episodes of this trip and a lot of history to go into. Season 4 is another 3-week trip, and I'll be going into a more remote territory, Northern Ontario, before diving down into the most populated region of Canada. Not only do 90% of Canadians live within 100 miles of the US border, but almost half of Canadians live south of my home in Minneapolis. I don't know many Canadians either, so if you're a Canadian watching this, I hope I do you proud. I'll be doing my best to pronounce everything correctly, and I'd like to think we can both learn something about your country. As always, there's plenty to be learned in even the most simple, remote places. I said goodbye to my mother, and then I rode north with my father to Lake Mille Lacs, where we went our separate ways. My plan is to camp on a friend's hunting land up north near Effie, Minnesota. I'll use it as a springboard to jump into Canada for the first time. I say this is my first time in Canada, but it's kind of not. I crossed over into Canadian territory in Season 3, but only in a special border zone, the International Peace Garden in the Turtle Mountains of northern North Dakota. Other than that, I've never set foot in the Great White North. So hopefully this gives some scope. I'll be quick to notice all the subtle differences between the US and Canada. We're both large North American neighbors with a lot in common, but our histories couldn't be more different. This is the Ontario tour, but for a good reason, I've named this the Soggy Chronicles. You'll see what I mean over the course of the trip. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, and here's to the next season of Two Wheels, One Compass.